Concept 3, simplifying expressions with zero and negative exponents. So when we're simplifying expressions, we're not looking for a solution. So we're not looking for a number to be our end result. We're just trying to get it in its most basic terms. Okay? So if I have 2 times x to the negative second, right, I'm not putting in any value for x, so my answer is just going to be the simplest I can make this. Okay? So I've got my 2, and that's going to be times x to the negative second is going to be 1 over x to the second, and that's going to be equal to 2 over x to the second. Okay? Simplifying, in a simplified expression, you're not going to have any negative exponents. Okay? So it's not that much simpler to have x squared, but that's one of the things you have to take care of, is those negative exponents. Okay? So one thing I wanted to point out, this and this are the same. Okay? This negative 2 is still only acting on the x, so my answer here is also going to be 2 over x to the second. When it's both in parentheses, right, when they're both in parentheses, then I can have my negative 2 acting on both, and it would just be 1 over 2x to the second. Okay? All right. Now, what happens when we have a negative exponent underneath our division bar? All right. So when we have it above, all right, that's going to be just basically moving it down below. Okay? Because if x to the negative third is equal to 1 over x to the third, then I'm just going to have x to the third underneath my division bar. Okay? And because 1 times anything is the same thing that is whatever you were multiplying it by, then I don't even have to have the 1. I can just keep my y to the second. My z to the fifth, or z to the negative fifth, starts out down here. If I changed z to the negative fifth to 1 over z to the fifth, if that's underneath kind of 2 division bars, that has the effect of just flipping it back up to the top. Okay, so if I have 1 over z to the fifth underneath this division bar, it just changes and z to the fifth comes up here. Okay? All right, one more. We have 3 times x to the negative 2. All right, that whole thing is going to come down. Y to the negative 3, that's going to come up. So we're basically just going to flip this whole expression. Okay? So we have 3 to the x to the negative 2, and we have y, making a mistake, right? Once I flip it, I take away the negative, so 3 times x to the second, and y to the third up top. And you are not going to do anything with this term, right? This 3 times x in parentheses. There's nothing we can do to simplify that. Okay? You're just going to leave it in that form.